Good evening. Am I audible to everyone? Praveen, good evening. Yes. Bharati, good evening. Yasmin, good evening. Neelam, good evening. Priya, good evening. Avinash, good evening. Ganesh, good evening. Sujata, good evening. Raja, good evening. Am I audible to everyone? Yes. Lakshman, good evening. Revati, good evening. Aishwarya, good evening. Yes. Maheshwari, good evening. Yeah, am I audible to everyone? So what we discussed yesterday? What we discussed yesterday? Please respond. Yes, good evening everybody. Sai Kumar, good evening. Sai, good evening. Yes, good evening everybody. What we discussed yesterday? Yes, I was discussing with you about different types of operators. And then I was discussing with you about what are all the other things we saw yesterday. So what are all the different types of operators available in Python language? What are all the different types of operators available in Python language? Yes, I was discussing with you about different types of operators. What are all the different types of operators available in Python language? Good evening everybody. What are all the different types of operators available in Python language? I was discussing with you about different types of operators. Arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator. Yes. So what is the difference between relational and logical operator? What is the difference between relational and logical operator? Please respond. What is the difference between relational and logical operator? Yes, I was discussing with you about different types of operators. Arithmetic operator, relational operator and logical operator. Yes, operators are used to perform some sort of operations. And what are the other things we saw yesterday? I just started with strings concept. So what are all the different data types available in Python? So everything is clear. Good evening everybody. So yesterday I just started with strings concept. So what do you mean by strings and what are all the different types of operations that can be performed on strings? So I am just going to continue with strings. So a string is nothing but a collection of characters. It is enclosed within double quotes. So for example, if I want to print something, so next I am going to discuss with you about escape sequences. So what do you mean by a escape sequence? If I want to print the line in a new line character, so I can go for slash and escape sequence, or if I want to leave some space, I can go for slash t, horizontal tab. So all these are the different types of escape sequences. So if I want to print something in the new line, so I can go for /n escape sequence. If I want to leave space between two words, I can go for /t horizontal tab escape sequence. Clear with this? So all these are the different types of escape sequences available in Python. For example, inside this variable s equal to within double quotes, I am typing something. So name /t. I am leaving some space between two words. Name, place, pantech, and then T-nagar. Clear with this? So escape sequence. For example, I am developing something. If I want to leave space between two words, I can go for /t horizontal tab escape sequence. Or I can go for /n, that is new line escape sequence. So if I want to print something in the new line, so I can go for /n escape sequence. So I can go for /t if I want to leave space between two words. I can go for /t escape sequence, or I can go for /n escape sequence. Clear with this? So this is one more important concept. So whenever I want to print something in the new line, so when I am developing some code, so what are all the unique features of this language? Let me just describe 1 minute. Say for example, s equal to within double quotes name, place, pantech, and then T-nagar. Here with this, so within this s equal to within double quotes, I am just typing like this: name /t, place /n, pantech, and then T-nagar. Clear with this? So this is what is called as a escape sequence. If I want to leave space between two words, I can go for this /t escape sequence, horizontal tab. And if I want to print something in the new line, so I can go for this /n escape sequence. Clear with this? So name, place, pantech, and then T-nagar. So next I am going to discuss with you about concatenating strings, joining strings. For example, so what are all the different types of operations that can be performed on strings? I was discussing with you about different types of operations that can be performed on numbers. So next I am going to discuss with you about different types of operations that can be performed on strings. So S1 equal to within double quotes, I am going to enclose the first string S1. And S2 equal to within double quotes, I am printing second string. And if I want to join two strings, for example S1 and S2, it is stored in the variable S. Clear with this? For example, I am saying hello everyone. So I am saying for example good morning or sunshines. So whenever I want to print some message, so I am just joining two strings S1 plus S2, it is stored in the variable S. S1 equal to, for example, I am just giving here as sun. Shines. S1 plus S2. So whenever I want to join two strings, so I am just joining these two strings. S1 similar to performing some sort of arithmetic operations. When I was discussing with you about some sort of arithmetic operations, for example, if I want to join two numbers or if I want to join two strings, for example, within double quotes, this is my string S1 and within double quotes, this is my string S2. It is enclosed within double quotes S1 and S2. So if I want to join two strings, say for example sun shines, if I want to join two strings, I am just giving like this. Or if I want to join two strings similar to adding numbers. Yesterday I was discussing with you about different types of operators available in Python. What is the use of arithmetic operators? What is the use of relational operators? And what is the use of logical operators? Clear? So if I want to join two strings, I can go for this concatenation plus operator. So similarly, for example, if I want to join some numbers with a string, so what are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings? If I want to join two strings, so I can go for this plus operator. Or if I want to join a number with a string, so string of 23, and then if I want to join a number with a string, so firstly I just want to convert this to a string data type str. Clear with this? So within double quotes, so I am enclosing this first string S1 plus str of 23. I am converting this number to string and then I am joining this with the first string. Clear with this? So still, what are the other types of operations that can be performed on strings? So strings is one powerful concept available in Python language. So what are the other types of operations that can be performed on strings? For example, if I want to find the length of the string, so I can go for an inbuilt function called len function. So len of within double quotes. So how many characters are present in an input string? So I can go for len function. So I have many inbuilt string functions. So if I want to perform some sort of operations on strings, I can go for different inbuilt functions available, len of within double quotes. And s equal to within double quotes, I am enclosing a set of characters. It is enclosed within double quotes. And s dot find of. So if I want to find some specific characters within my input string, so using this variable name dot find function, there is an inbuilt function called find function. So s dot find function, so within double quotes, I am just, if I want to find some specific characters within my input string, so I am just going for this find function. So it is used for finding the position of one string inside another string. So s equal to within double quotes, I am enclosing some set of characters, it is enclosed within double quotes. So s dot find of, so whichever inbuilt functions I have to call, using the variable name, using dot operator, I am just calling this find function. So let me just show you a simple example of this. So len of, if I want to find the length of characters, for example, I am just saying parent, so whatever is the string. So there is an inbuilt function called len function. Whichever inbuilt functions I have to use, so I am just using this len function. And if I want to find a position, for example, I am just saying good evening, so I am just typing some message, good evening. Alright, so if I want to find a specific character within my input string, s1 dot find of, for example, evening. So whichever, firstly I am just initializing this string variable, s1 equal to within double quotes, I am just printing like this, good evening. It is enclosed within double quotes, it is stored in the variable s1. And s1 dot find function, whichever inbuilt functions I have to call, using the variable name, using dot operator, I am just calling this find function. Within double quotes, I am just typing this. So whichever characters, it is used to find the index location of a specific character within my input string. So EVE, for example, the indexing starts from 0th location. So at the 4th location, this E is present. So it is just returning me the index location of a character within an input string. So I can go for different inbuilt functions available in Python language. For example, if I want to find the length of a given string, len function. Or if I want to find the location of a specific character within an input string, so I can go for this find function. Clear with this? For example, so I am just enclosing this. So S equal to within double quotes, I am enclosing a collection of characters. It is enclosed within double quotes. And S of within square bracket. So far I was discussing what are all the different types of inbuilt functions available in string. For example, if I want to find the length of a given string, so I can go for an len function. Similarly, what are the other types of inbuilt functions available in strings? For example, if I want to find the length of a given string, so I can go for this len function. Or if I want to find the position, character, that is location of a specific character within an input string, so I can go for a find function. So using the variable name using dot operator, I am just calling this find function. So S equal to within double quotes, I am enclosing a sequence of characters, collection of characters, it is enclosed within double quotes. So S of within square bracket, so if I want to extract some specific characters from a input string, 1:5. Or if I want to extract, for example, 3::5. So whatever type, you can just play around with strings. So whenever I was discussing with you about numbers, so what are the different types of operations that can be performed on numbers? Similarly, what are all the other type of operations that can be performed on strings? Clear with this? So let me just illustrate. For example, so I am just typing something. For example, I am just saying here beautiful garden. So SD of, so I am just saying here 1:5. So this is the corresponding syntax. For example, I am having some employee name. I have a full name of an employee. It is enclosed within double quotes. If I want to extract some specific characters, I can go for this colon operator. It is used to extract some specific characters from my input string. So before colon indicates the starting index and after colon indicates the ending index. Clear with this? And within this input string, for example, I am just saying like this. So :3, if I want to extract from the, so if I don't mention anything, so I want to extract the first 3 characters. Clear with this? And I am just saying here 3:. So it is just enclosed within double quotes. So if I don't mention any starting index, so from the beginning, from the 0th index till the 3rd index location, till the 2nd index, whichever elements or whichever characters are present in my input string, it will be displayed at my output. And using this variable name within square bracket 3:. So from the 3rd location till the end. So if I don't mention any ending index, so till the end, what are the elements that are present? characters that are present in my input string, this will be displayed at the output. So all these are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings. For example, if I want to find the length of a given string, so I can go for an len function. And if I want to find the index location of a specific character within my input string, so I can go for that is find function. And if I want to replace one string with other string, for example, using this s dot replace of, whichever inbuilt functions I have to call using the variable name using dot operator, I am just calling this replace function. So wherever I have wait, for example within double quotes, I am just mentioning here as wait, so it will be replaced with work. Clear with this? So all these are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings. So let me just illustrate. So I am just saying like this, wait, wait, wait until you succeed. So S3 dot replace of. So wherever I have wait, so it will be replaced with work. So you can see here work, work, work until you succeed. So the first one is the base string. Whichever inbuilt functions I have to call using the variable name using dot operator, I am just calling this replace function. So wherever I have wait, this is my base string within double quotes, wherever I have wait, this will be replaced with work. Clear with this? So all these are the different inbuilt functions that are available in strings. Similarly, there are many other inbuilt functions. For example, if I want to convert some characters to uppercase, so I can call upper function. There is an inbuilt function called upper function and there is an inbuilt function called lower function. So I am just enclosing a string within double quotes. So this is my string S1. It is enclosed within double quotes dot. I am just calling this upper function. And if there is some other string, if I want to convert to lower case, so I am just calling this lower function. Clear with this? So all these are the different inbuilt functions available in strings. If I want to convert to uppercase, so lower case, so I am just calling this upper and lower functions. So strings is one important concept. So whenever you are developing something, so you can just play around with strings. For example, if I want to find the length of a student name, you can consider student records or employee records or patient records. If I want to find the length of a patient name, so I can go for len function. Clear with this? So next I am going to discuss with you about conditional statements. So all these are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings. So what is the use of upper and lower function? Let me just illustrate what is the use of upper. For example, within double quotes, I am just calling this lower function. And similarly, if I want to convert to uppercase, so I am just calling this upper function. So within double quotes, it is nothing but a collection of characters. It is enclosed within double quotes dot. I am just converting this to lowercase. So whichever inbuilt functions I have to call. So firstly, I am just enclosing a string within double quotes using dot operator. I am just calling this lower function. And if I want to convert to uppercase, for example within double quotes, so I am enclosing this string, I am just converting this to uppercase. So next I am going to discuss with you about different types of decision making statements. So what do you mean by decision making? Conditional statements. So based on some condition, if I want to perform some sort of operations, so then I can go for different types of decision making conditional statements available in Python language. So based on some condition, I want to perform some operation. If this condition is satisfied, so I am going to perform some sort of operations. Here, for example, if the purchase amount of the customer exceeds this, so he is going to get some discount. So I want to perform some sort of computation or operation based on some condition. So I can go for different types of decision making statements. So this is the corresponding syntax. So if condition colon, I am leaving some indentation followed by the statement block. So statement 1, statement 2 up to statement n. This is the simple if statement, and there is a if else condition. If the first condition is satisfied, the statement 1 will be executed, otherwise the else block, statement 2 will be executed. So all these are the different types of decision making statements. So if condition, so the statement 1 will be executed, else if, so I can go for nested if else structure. Else if the condition 2, the statement 2 will be executed. So what do you mean by nesting operation? Having an if block within another if block. So this is called as nested if else structure. Clear with this? So all these are the different types of operations that can be performed. So let me just illustrate. So what are the different types of operations? So all these are the different types of if. The first one is a simple if statement. The next one is a if else structure. If the condition is satisfied, statement 1 will be executed, otherwise the else block will be executed. And the third type of if statement is the nesting if else. So having an if statement within another if statement. So let me just show you a simple example of this. So what are the different types of if statement? For example, I am just initializing this variable with this value. If this is greater than 100, so I am just taking some condition. I am printing something. Say for example, fg is big. Otherwise, I am printing. So this is an example of a simple if else structure. I am just printing here fg is small. Clear with this? So this is an example of simple if else structure. So firstly, I am just initializing this variable fg equal to 101. If this value is greater than 100, so if this condition is satisfied, I am printing fg is big. Otherwise, the else block fg is small, this will be printed at the output. Clear with this? So based on some condition, for example in a banking transaction, or you can consider whenever I am making some purchase, if the purchase amount exceeds this, so there will be some discount, otherwise the else block will be executed. Till this part, whatever I am speaking, everything is clear? Any doubts so far? If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and you can register for Advanced Python Programming Internship Program. Advanced Python, this is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright, if you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and you can register for Advanced Python Programming Internship Program. Advanced Python, this is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright. So you can register for 2-month internship program, Advanced Python Programming and Python Full Stack Masterclass program. So the internship cost comes around 999 rupees. So once you are going to enroll for this 2-month internship program, so you will be getting hands-on training. So how to connect the whatever predictive task I have done. So how to connect with the Flask or Django framework. So end to end you will be receiving knowledge. If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and you can register for 2-month internship program on Advanced Python Programming and Python Full Stack program. Alright. So let me just continue. I was discussing with you about different types of conditional statements. What are the different types of conditional statements? So what is the use of if statement, if-else structure? Clear with this? So let me just illustrate. So what are the different types of if statements? So I was discussing with you about simple if-else structure, or you can go for a nested if statement. Clear with this? Just take down this exercise. Take the input from the user, percentage of marks obtained in the exam, and print the grade based on the percentage. Just take down this exercise. Take the input from the user, percentage of marks obtained in the exam, and then print the grades based on the percentage. So if the marks lies between 91 to 100, he becomes an A grader, and if the marks comes under 71 to 90, he comes under B grader, and if it lies between 60 to 70, he comes under C grader, otherwise he comes under B grade. So you can write a simple if-else structure. Take the input from the user, percentage of marks obtained in the exam, and then print the grade based on the percentage. So if the marks lies between 91 to 100, he comes under A grader, and if the marks lies between 71 to 90, he comes under B grader. And if it lies between 60 to 70, he comes under C grader, otherwise he comes under D grader. Clear with this? So till this part, whatever I am speaking, everything is clear. So next I am going to discuss with you. So far I was discussing what are all the different types of operations that can be performed on strings. So what are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings? So next I am going to discuss with you, for example, level, madam, Malayalam. So all these are the different palindrome words. Radar, race car. Clear with this? So whenever I am going to reverse the original word, so I am going to get back my original word. So what do you mean by a palindrome word? For example, level, this is one word. If I am going to reverse the characters of my input string, so I am going to get back my original string. So madam, Malayalam, so you can refer radar, race car. So firstly, this is one simple example. I want to check whether my input string is a palindrome or not a palindrome. So input of within double quotes, I am just typing something, enter the word. So I am converting this to string, it is stored in the variable a. So a dot case poll. If I want to compare irrespective of cases, I am calling an inbuilt function called case poll function. It is stored in the variable a. And reversed of a. So I am just reversing the characters, it is stored in the variable b. And if list of a equal to list of b, I am saying f of a is a palindrome. Else I am saying f of a is not a palindrome. Clear with this? So this is one simple example. So if I want to check if these two strings are equal, so I am just saying it is a palindrome. Otherwise I am saying it is not a palindrome. So input of within double quotes, I am just saying here, enter the word. So it is stored in the variable a. And a dot case poll. There is an inbuilt function called case poll function. So I am just calling this, it is stored in the variable a. So reversed of a. So I am just reversing the characters of a, it is stored in the variable b. So let me just show you a simple example of this. So str of, so I am just calling this input function. So I am just prompting the user, enter the input string. So a equal to, so I am just calling this function a dot case poll. If I want to print my original string, so I can print my original string. And then I am reversing the characters of a. So a dot reversed of a. So I am just calling an inbuilt function called reversed of a. So I am just calling this function. And then I am checking for this condition. If list of a equal to list of b. If these two strings are equal, I am just printing it is a palindrome. The given string is a palindrome. Otherwise, so I am just printing like this. It is a palindrome. Else, I am printing it is not a palindrome. For example, I am just saying madam. So when you are going to reverse the characters of my original string, so I am going to get back my original string. So it is a palindrome. So firstly, I am just prompting the user, enter the input string. The input keyword is used for getting the input from the user. within double quotes. So I am just prompting the user enter the input string, so it is stored in the variable A. And using this variable name A dot, I am just calling this function called case-stored function. It is stored in the variable A. And reversed of A. So I am reversing the characters of my original string and it is stored in the variable B. If list of A equal to list of B. So I am just checking these two. So if these two strings are equal, I am printing it is a palindrome. Else I am printing it is not a palindrome. Clear with this? So all these are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings. Clear with this? So what are the different types of operations that can be performed on strings? So next I am going to discuss with you about one more important concept, functions. So what is the use of functions in Python? For example, I want to execute some instructions. It is nothing but a set of lines or a set of instructions. It is used to perform some specific task. There are two different types of functions available in Python. One is called as a predefined function and one more is called as a user-defined function. So whenever I want to define any function, so I have to use the def keyword followed by the name of the function. So def space count to 10. So I am just defining a user-defined function for I in range of 1, 11. So print of I. So I am just printing each and every number at the output. So whenever I am going to call this function, if I want to print some 10 employee names. So what is the use of all these types of concepts? So I can just play around with strings. So if I want to join the first name and the last name of an employee, I can go for string concatenation operation. Similarly, what is the use of functions? User-defined functions. For example, if I want to print a range of 10 numbers, so whenever I want to define any function, so I have to use the def keyword followed by the name of the function. Clear with this? So let me just define a user-defined function. So def, so I am just typing like this, count to 10. For example, for I in range of 1, 11. Clear with this? So count to 10. If I want to define any user-defined function, I have to use the def keyword followed by the name of the function. So it is terminated by a colon for I in range of 1, 11. So if I lies within this range, so I am going to print each and every I value at the output. So what is the use of user-defined function? For example, I want to compute the annual pay of an annual salary of an employee. So I can define separate user-defined functions. So whenever I am going to call that function, it is going to perform some specific task. Clear with this? So whenever I am going to call this user-defined function, so count to 10, so it is going to print a range of numbers. Whenever I want to define any user-defined function, I have to use the def keyword followed by the name of the function. With this, I am just stopping today. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. I hope I am clear with my topics, whatever I discussed today. If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and you can register for Advanced Python Programming Internship Program. Advanced Python, this is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate. And the internship users, they will be receiving the internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright. So once you register for this, you can register for 2-month internship programming on Advanced Python Programming and Python Full Stack Internship Program. So once you are going to join in this program, you will be learning how to combine whatever prediction I am doing, how to combine with the Django or Flask framework, and we are going to come up with some important prediction result. I hope I am clear with whatever I spoke today. Case fold function. So if I want to compare irrespective of cases, I have to go for this case fold function. Vishal, clear what is the use of case fold function? Yeah, time is up. So whatever I explain today, tomorrow I will just continue. So functions, I just gave an example. So whenever I told you, right, if I want to compute, say for example, if I want to find the rate of interest, so I can define some user-defined function. So I can use them anywhere in my program. I just gave a simple example, that's it. Which one is not clear? Yes, you can reverse a string without using reverse function as well. Any more doubts? User-defined function. So whenever I want to perform some specific task, I can go for this user-defined function. For example, I am just defining, I am using the def keyword followed by the name of the function. So for I in range of 1, 11. So I am going to print each and every I at the output. Case fold function. See, for example, if I want to convert irrespective of cases. For example, instead of small letters, if I am giving everything in a big letter, capital letter. So if I want to convert irrespective of cases, I can go for this case fold function. Clear? So whether I am giving the word in the input, that is input in the lowercase or uppercase. When I am going to reverse my original string, so I want to get back. Clear with this? Alright then, remaining things we will see tomorrow, same time, same link. What is your doubt, Vivek? Alright then, we will see tomorrow.